very chilly March day. Had a little bit of slushy snow yesterday, and evidently Clyde says hello. Who says you can't do a little gardening when it's freezing cold temperatures? Start seedlings indoors around January and February. I have my broccoli seedlings that did really good last year, and it was so wonderfully tasty. And then I've got some Brussels sprout seedlings. They seem to fail every year, but every year I give it a go at different times of the year. Garden is still a little bit of a mess. Coming out of winter, didn't quite get everything cleaned up last year. Stuff that still needs to be cut back, that comes back every year. Looks beautiful. That's my little frog pond. Get lots of frogs every year. They love it. It's been freezing over a little bit because of the winter hours. My artichokes that I eventually want to get in the ground, providing I can stop the gophers from getting them. These are my sweet peas. They did really good last year and were very tasty. And then I've got some lettuce sprouting up from last year. And that big bush right there in the middle is German chamomile that is actually coming back from last year. I'm pretty happy about that because it has very pretty flowers. Got some empty beds. Not ready to plant in those yet. This is my garlic. I did amazing garlic last year. Got a pretty good crop. If I can throw in some shots of what I got in the harvest, I will. Planted that in November, I do believe. October maybe. And then these are wonderful looking seedlings that I started just a few weeks ago, and they are doing amazing, so I'm bringing them out. These are my peas, and then I've got some lettuce sprouts that I started in the house, and now they're getting to be ready to come out here. Figure if everything else lettuce wise is popping up from last year, I can bring those out today too. And then my hollyhocks that are needing to be moved because they're taking over. Those are all volunteers, even on the ground down there. They're popping up like crazy, and they take over and shade my whole bed. That's one of our signs that we made several years ago. It's holding up pretty darn good through the years. Have fun making all that stuff. And then we have my mint that needs a little TLC, needs a little cutting back. And then another empty bed, not ready for that one. And then this is leeks that I planted, started 3 years ago. And every year there's a few little tiny guys. And you can see all those little seedlings popping up. And more in this whole little pot that just happened to be sitting here from last year with flowers in it. Those are all leek seedlings, because I let everything flower and go to seed, and the bees love it. And then we have our little mascot over here, who is staying kind of warm in a blankie. This is Lucy Lou. Hi, baby. She's like, yeah, you're crazy to be out here in the freezing cold. I'm ready to go in, but I want to be with you. And then we have our little rooster flower pots, and there was one that is coming back. So that's kind of cool. And then we have some random flowers that are going to come back. because it's not quite spring, so they're not quite ready to wake up yet. And then these are snapdragons. I actually seeded these the beginning of last summer. And it was my first time seeing snapdragons, and they were struggling all summer long because I did it a little too late. But then last fall, they started to take off, and they've survived all winter. And they are a cool season crop, which I found out after the fact. But it's still pretty cool. I love seeding things. And then this is our peach tree, which is starting to wake up. See if I can zoom in on some buds. Not really. Oh, there we go. And then we got blueberries, which I transplanted, and they're kind of struggling, except for one. One's doing pretty darn good. Looks like it needs a little food or something. This is my beautiful bed of weeds. I think I'll be on my knees cleaning that out pretty soon. And then this one, I had a broccoli that came back, and then the chickens found a way in the garden and ate it. But I very much enjoy gardening, and thanks for watching. We will see you next time.